Hey friends, welcome back. Today we will see another ISRO 2015 question paper, right? So again, I'll be telling the answers only. So let's start one by one, which will definitely help you in your quick revision or quick recap, right? For your upcoming computer science competitive examinations. So the very first question is, which of the given number has its IEEE 75432-bit floating point representation as this expression? So if you solve this particular question, you will get the answer as C, that is 3.5. See, basically what will happen, IEEE 754 32-bit floating point represent has access 128 notation, right? And first MSB represent sign bit for Mentesa, right? And next 8 bit represent the exponent, so we can say the excess 127. So and here we have the last 23 bits that represent the value of Mentesa. So in that way, if you solve the complete expression, you will get the answer as 3.5. Now next question is, the range of integer that can be represented by an n bit 2's complement number system is what? So for question number 2, our answer is A, that is the range of integer that can be represented by an n bit 2's complement number system is minus 2 to the power n minus 1 to 2 to the power n minus 1 minus 1. See, because again in 2's complement numbers, the range of integer forms basically this option A, right? So A will be the answers. Now question number 33 is, how many 32K into 1 RAM chips are needed to provide a memory capacity of 256 kilobyte, right? So now again, if you solve this particular question, you will get the answer as 64. Hope you have already done this, because this question also have been asked in many question paper, right? So how will you get that? Basically the number of chips required, that is asking in this question. So you can see we have 256 byte, right? So first we will get 256K multiplied by 8 bits, right? And that will be divided by 32 into 1 RAM. So you will get 64 as answer. Now the next question is question number 5, that is the complement of a Boolean expression. This is what? So if you solve, if you try to get the complement, you will get the answer as A, that is A bar plus B bar plus B plus C bar and A bar plus C bar. So other way what you can do is you can simply make a K-map also, right? And you will get the similar answer. You will complement the K-map. Or secondly, there is a algorithm, that is De Morgan's law, and after complementing that, right, this particular expression, you will get the answer as A. Now question number 6 is, the code which uses 3 bits to represent a character is what? So basically the code that uses the code which uses 7 bits to represent a character is what? So the code that uses 7 bits to represent a character is basically ASCII code, right? So basic ASCII encode 128 to find the optimal time to retrieve them. Okay, so there are as n programs of length L, and that are to be stored on a computer tape that is associated with each program I, and with the length of Li, right? So in order to retrieve these programs, most optimally we need to store them in non-decreasing order of length Li, right? So if you sort So if you sort these in the non-decreasing order, you will get the answer as F3, F4, F1, F5, F6, and at the last F2. Basically, non-decreasing order is nothing but your increasing order, but that is strictly increasing order. Now question number 14 is, a hash table with 10 buckets with one slot per bucket is depicted In figure, the symbol S1 and S7 are initially entered using a hashing function with linear probing. The maximum number of comparison needed to search an item that is not present in this table, right? So you can see we have to find the maximum number. So you have to frame a case where you will have to go till maximum bucket, right? So here if you solve this, let's say your position comes at 8, right? So what you will do this at 8, 9, 0, 1 and at the 2, so there will be total 5. So B will be the answer for this particular question, right? So if you solve this, you will get the B as answer. Now question number 15 is the queue data structure is to be realized by using stack. The number of stack needed would be what? So for question number 15, if you solve this, it is telling that a queue data structure is to be realized by using stack. So the number of stacks needed would be what? So basically we need minimum 2 stacks, that is sufficient, because a queue can be implemented using 2 stack, right? Now question number 16 is consider the following entity relationship diagram or ER diagram, right? So which of the following possible relation will not hold if the above ERD is mapped into a relational table? So if you see the ER diagram completely, you will find the answer as C, that is exam, exam ID, NID and exam name, right? Because if we convert an ER diagram into relation model, then we can create table for each entity, right? We get 2 table, one for entity person, whereas person NID and name, and one for entity exam, right, where we have exam ID and exam name. Now for relationship entity qualification, we cannot add qualified date in any of the 2 tables formed, so we need to create a new table using primary key from both entry person and entity exam. So we obtain qualification NID, exam ID and qualified date. So C will be the answer. Now next question is consider the following log sequence, right, of transaction on a bank account with initial balance 12,000 that transfer 2,000 to a mortgage payment and then supply a 5% interest. So we have T1 to T2, right? That is from start to commit. Suppose the database system crashed just before log record 7 is written, right? Now when the system is restarted, which one statement is true of the recovery procedure? So for 17, if you look all these options, you will find the answer as B, that is we must undo log record 6 to set B to 10,000 and then redo log record 2 and 3, right? So this will be the correct process for this. Now question number 18 is given a block that can hold either 3 records or 10 key pointers, right? A database contains n records, then how many blocks do we need to hold the data file and the dense index? So for 18, if you solve this, you will get the answer as A, that is 13n by 30. Right, because number of block that needed to store data file with n records is n by 3 number of block, and that needed to store dense file index, so that will be n by 10. Now total block required, that will be n by 3 plus n by 10. So this way you will get 13n divided by 30 blocks. So option A will be the answer. Now question number 19, the maximum length of an attribute of type text is what? So it is asking about the maximum length of attribute of type text. So here the maximum length of an attribute of type text is 256, right? Next question is let R relation this be a relation schema with the following dependency, right? C to F, E to A, EC to D, A to B. Which of the following is a key for R, right? So if you solve this question, you will get the answer as EC. That is EC will be the key for R, because from this dependency through the attribute C and A we will get all the other attribute present in R. So that is why EC will be our key for R. Now question number 21 is if D1, D2 up to Dn are domain in a relational model, then the relation is a table which is a subset of what? So again, if you solve this, you will get the answer as B, that is D1 into D2 up to Dn, right? So this will be the answer for this question. So the relation is a table, will be a subset of D1 D2 up to Dn. Now 22 is consider the following relational query on the above database, right? So this is the SQL query that we have, and now it is asking, assume that relations corresponding to the above schema are not empty. Which of the following is the correct interpretation of the above query? So guys, here actually we are missing the database, right? I don't know, maybe there was misprinted here, right? So there will be a database, right? I mean the table structure or schema, then there we have a query. So for this, if you read all the options, you will get the answer as A, that is find the names of all supplier who have supplied a non-blue part, right? So A will be the answer, find the name of all supplier who have supplied a non-blue part. And the similar question, this was also asked in GATE 2019, right? CS. So you can also get the reference from there as well. Now question number 23 is consider the following schema, right? This is the schema that we have given, and a simple SQL query is executed as follow. So this one, the SQL query that is considered. Now it is asking, now there are several options and the output will be what? So if you read all of these, you will get the answer as D, that is average salary of male employee is more than the average salary of organization. See, select a department, right? It is taking department from here, and from employee where sex is equal to male. That means it is accessing only those employee whose gender is M, that is male, and group by department, right? Grouping by the department itself, having salary is greater than, select average salary from employee, right? Average salary should be greater than average salary. So average salary of male employee is more than the average salary of the organization. So this will return such department. Now question number 24 is given the following expression grammar, right? Which of the following is true? So here you have to find the true one. So if you see all of these operations, so you will get the answer as B, that is minus has a higher precedence than asterisk, right? Because the expression grammar, both asterisk and plus have same precedence, which can be seen through the parse tree, right? So you can simply create a parse tree for this. So E is giving E star F, right? Then from E, what you can get is you can get F plus E, right? From this F you can get ID, right? And from this E you will get F and ID again. Okay, and similarly for next you can make another tree, and similarly for another as well. So if you solve all these, so you will be able to get that the negative has higher precedence than asterisk, because the negative operator will always be executed first along with the operands and stored in ID and the asterisk or plus, so that will be computed. So B will be the answer. Now question number 25th is the number of token the following C statement is what? So here you have to find the number of token. So you can count this. The number of token here will be 10, right? Printf is 1, then opening parenthesis is 2. Then your the complete expression, I hope you remember that whatever inside the string is your one token, right? So this will be 3, right? And then your comma will be 4, this one, then I will be 5, then and will be 6, right? Then I will be 7, closing parenthesis is 8, and the termination is 9. So again there was some misprint, right? There was a comma between I and this and I operations, right? So later this was corrected. So this way you will get 10 tokens here, right? Now question number 26 is which grammar rules violate the requirement of the operator grammar ABC are variable and ABC are terminals. So again, if you solve this particular question, you will get the answer as D, that is 1 and 4 only. So 1 is telling A to BC and 4 is telling A to epsilon, right? So these grammar rules will violate the requirement of the operator grammar. So ABC are variable and ABC are terminal. right? Because in operator grammar production rules which have two adjacent non-terminal on right hand side, right, and other side right hand side and right hand side, right, that are not allowed. So additionally empty production rules are also not allowed. So this A to BC will not allowed. Similarly A to epsilon will not allowed in the operator grammar production rule. Now question number 27 is, which one of the following is top down parser? Again guys, this is very simple question. You have to remember such kind of question. So the recursive descent parser is basically our top down parser, and we can say that the LL parsers and recursive descent parser are the example of top down parser, right? So hope you remember this. The recursive descent parser is our top down parser. Next question is YACC stands for what? So YACC basically stand for yet another compiler, right? YACC for yet another compiler. So basically YACC is the standard parser generation for Unix operating system, and it is used as a parser in C programming language. So that is why again it stands for yet another compiler. Question number 29 is which statement is true, right? So if you read all these statements, you will find the C, that is every SLR grammar is unambiguous, but not every unambiguous grammar is SLR. So hope you remember this concept in the compiler designing, right? So again telling that every SLR grammar is unambiguous, but not every unambiguous grammar is SLR. Because if you read all the above, it is asking LALR parser is most powerful and costly as compared to other parser. This is false, because CLR or canonical LR is the most powerful parser as compared to other LR parser. Like hope you remember the order, that is LR0 less than SLR less than LALR less than CLR, right? Where the second option was telling that all CFGs are LP and not all grammar are uniquely defined. No, this is also false, because LP or linear precedence grammar are CFL, but not vice versa, right? Now question number now option 3 is every SLR parser. Yeah, as I said that this is a true phrase itself, because every SLR grammar is unambiguous, but not every unambiguous grammar is SLR. Option number D is LRK is the most general backtracking shift reduce parsing method, right? So D will be the false again. That is because LRK has a K look ahead which can always see ahead the input in order to avoid backtracking. So it is non-backtracking parser, right? Now question number 30 is semaphores are used to solve the problem of what? So basically semaphores are used to solve the problem or both B, that is 2 and 3. 2 is process synchronization and 3 is mutual exclusion, right? So B and 2 and 3 will be the answer here. That is semaphore are used to solve the problem of process synchronization and mutual exclusion. Okay, now let's move forward to the 31st question. It is asking that if there is 32 segments, each size 1k byte, right, then the logical address should have what? So again, if you solve this question, you will get the answer as 15, that is option C, because number of bits required for 32 segment each of 1k byte will be 2 to the power 5 multiplied by 2 to the power 10, right? This way you will get 2 to the power 15. So 15 bits here will be required. Now question number 32 is in a lottery scheduler with 40 tickets, how we will distribute the tickets among 4 processes P1, P2, P3 up to P4 such that each process get 10%, 5%, 60% and 25% respectively. So again, if you solve this scheduler with 32, you will get the answer as C, that is P1 will 4, P2 will take 2, P3 will 24 and P4 will be 10. So C will be the answer here. Now question number 34 is a hard disk system has the following parameter, right? Number of track, number of sector, number of byte. Now time taken by the head to move from one track to adjacent track 1 ms. Rotation speed is 600 rpm. What is the average time taken for transferring 250 byte from the disk? So if you solve 34, you will find the answer as D, that is 300 ms. So D will be the answer for this, that is 300 ms is the average time taken for transferring 250 bytes from the disk. Now question number 35 is at a particular time of computation, the value of a counting semaphore is 7. The 20p operation and 15v operations were completed on the semaphore. The consulting value of the semaphore is what? So for this, if you solve, you will get the answer as 2, because value of counting semaphore equals to 7 after 20p operations, right? And value of semaphore equals to 7 minus 20, that is minus 13 after 15v operations. So value of semaphore will be 13 plus 15, or we can say 15 minus 13 will be 2, right? So you will get the answer in that way. Now question number 36 is increasing the RAM of computer typically improves performance because of what? So increasing the RAM of computer typically improves performance because fewer page fault occur in that case, right? So you might have remember, be practical with such question, like we also increase the RAM of our computers or laptops. Why? Because they improve performance. And why they improve performance? Because they make fewer page fault, right? So if you increase the RAM of your computer, there are less chances that the page fault will occur. So increasing the RAM of computer typically improve performance because fewer page fault occurs. So C will be the answer. Now question number 37 is consider the following program: man, fork. How many new processes will be created? So here if you make a tree for this, right, you will get 7 calls, because first fork will call, then 3 call for this first fork, right, or we can say sub calls. Then in the same way 1 call for this second fork. Another time there will be this actual main second fork, and there will be 2 sub forks, one for sub forks for this and another the main last fork. So total it will create 7 processes, right? Hope you got my point. Now question number 38 is suppose two jobs, each of which need 10 minutes of CPU time, start simultaneously. Assume 50% of input output to wait time, right? How long will it take for both to complete if they run sequentially? So for 38, if you solve, you will get the answer as 40, because 50% IO wait time, that means 50% of the time CPU is waiting, right? Now for IO, CPU waiting for IO. Now let total time is 2 into X. Okay, we can assume that. Then the X time CPU is doing IO operation, and X time running the processes. So time taken to run process 10 plus 10 equals to 20 minutes. So therefore total time taken is 2 into 20 equals to 40 minutes. Okay. Now question number 39 is if a node has k children in B tree, then the node contains exactly what? So if a node has k children in B tree, right? So the node contain exactly k minus 1 keys, because I hope you remember that in binary tree, if a node contains n key, then it has n plus 1 child pointers, right? So it has k children, so then it should have k minus 1 nodes or k minus 1 keys. Again, if a node has k children in B tree, then the node contains exactly k minus 1 keys. Now question number 40 is the time complexity of the following C program is what? So assume n is greater than 1. So if you look into this program, right, int recursive, okay, in 10, now here there is a condition that is checking and it is returning 1, but here we have recursive, right, recursive call are here. So for this the answer will be 2 to the power n, right? Because if you solve this using recurrence relation, you will get the time complexity as order of 2 to the power n, because obviously it is ending at the recursive, it is sending n minus 1 in this, right? So there will be recursive call, so that will be up to 2 to the power n. Now question number 41 is the number of spanning tree for a complete graph with 7 vertices is what? Again asking the number of spanning tree for a graph with 7 vertices what? So if you have 7 vertices, the number of tree that will be n to the power n minus 2, so that will be 7 to the power 7 minus 2, which is 5. Basically the simple formula to find the number of spanning tree to a complete graph is n to the power n minus 2. So B will be your answer here. Now question number 42 is, if one uses straight two-way merge sort algorithm to sort the following element in ascending order, right? Then the order of these element after second pass of the algorithm will be what? So if you apply merge sort here, right, and after the second pass you will get the answer as this, that is 8, 15, 20, 47, 4, 9, 30, 40, 12 and 17. So for 42 your answer will be B. Now question number 43 is, let R1 and R2 be regular sets defined over the alphabet, then what? So if you look all these options, you will get the answer as C, that is sigma star minus R1 is regular. So this is obvious that regular language are closed under union. Okay, so and intersection as well and clean closure, so which makes A, B and D incorrect, right? Now option C, sigma star minus R1, that is equals to sigma star intersection R1 complement. So regular language are closed under complement operation, so it is regular. So that is why option C will be the correct answer, that is sigma star minus R1. Now question number 44 is, the DNS maps the IP address to what? So basically the DNS map the IP address to a hierarchy of domain names, right? Always remember that the DNS maps the IP address into a hierarchy of domain names, because DNS root zone is the highest level in the DNS hierarchy tree, right? So the root zone contain the following like organization hierarchy such as .com, .net, .org, .gov, whereas geographic hierarchy such as .uk, .fr, .in and so on. So this way the DNS maps the IP address to a hierarchy of domain names. Now question number 45 is, to add a background color for all H1 elements, which of the following HTML syntax is used? So there we have given CSS property of this tag. So to add the background, right? So H1 will be your correct answer. I mean A will be your correct answer, where this is the correct syntax to add background color, right, in the HTML tag. Now question number 46 is, the correct syntax to write hi there in JavaScript is what? So we use response.write hi there. So B will be the correct answer for 46. Now question number 47 is, to declare the version of XML, the correct syntax is what? So in XML, to declare a version, the correct syntax is option C, that is opening question mark XML version equals to, and in double quotation we pass 1.0 or the version number, right? So C will be the answer here. Now 48 is, a T-switch is what? So basically a T-switch is used to rearrange the connection between computing equipment, right? Remember that the T-switch is used to rearrange the connection between computing equipment. Next question is, the frequency range is used for microwave communication satellite and radar is what? So the frequency wave, that is the frequency range that is used for microwave and communication satellite is basically extremely high frequency, that is 30,000 kilohertz, right? So extremely high frequency 30,000 kilohertz frequency range is used for microwave communication satellite and radar. So option D will be the answer, extremely high frequency, because that is microwave communication satellite and radar. So obviously we use the extremely high frequency, that is 30,000 kilohertz. Now question number 50 is, how many bits internet address is assigned to each host on a TCP IP internet which is used in all communication with the host? So for 50 our answer will be 32, that is B, 32 bit. So 32 bit internet address is assigned to each TCP IP internet which is used in all communication with the host, right? So remember the answer is 32, because IP address is the internet address assigned to each host over a network uniquely through which it communicates to every other host universally, right? So here IP address V4 that we are talking about is of 32 bit. Now next question is, how many character per second 7 bits plus 1 parity can be transmitted over a 2400 bps line if the transfer is synchronous? So one start and one stop bit is here. Now if you solve this particular question, you will get the answer as 300, that is 300 character per second 7 bits plus 1 parity can be transmitted over a 2400 bps line if the transfer is synchronous, one start and one stop bit. So basically the size of each character, that is 7 plus 1 bit, which will be 8-bit bandwidth, right, and which is equal to 2400 bps number of character that is to be transferred. So in this way that will become 2400 divided by 8, which will give 300, right? And here the important thing is that in synchronous mode of transfer we don't require start and stop bits, but in asynchronous mode of transfer these bits are added to the number of bits in each characters. Now next question is in CRC, if the data unit is these bit and the divisor is 1011, then what is the dividend at the receiver? So basically you have to divide this bit from this divisor, right? So if you solve this, you will get the answer as B, that is 100111101. So till here you will get the same part, right? And at the last you will get the answer as 011, right? Now question number 53 is an acknowledgement number of 1000 in TCP always means that what? So here the answer is none of the above, because acknowledgement number in TCP tells which byte it is expecting to receive next, right? If initial sequence number is, let's say, 1, then acknowledgement number will be 1000, would mean that 999 bytes delivered. Okay, so if initially sequence number is 0, then the acknowledgement number 1000 would mean that 1000 byte delivered. So here the option is not given, so the answer will be none of above, because that completely depends on input or initial sequence. Now next question is, in a class B subnet we know the IP address of one host and the mask as given below, right? IP address is this, mask is this. So what is the first address, network address? So for 54 our answer will be A, that is 125.134.96.0. okay, because here we can obtain network address by performing bitwise and operation of IP address and subnet mask. So here IP address is this that we have given, and subnet mask is this that we have given. Now we can find the IP address, subnet mask and network address from these two information. So at the last you will get network address as option A, that is 125.134.96.0. Now question number 55 is, a certain population of Aloha users manages to generate 70 requests per second. If the time is slotted in unit of 50 millisecond, then channel load would be what? So for 55 our answer will be 3.5, option B, right? So B will be the answer, that is 3.5. So 3.5 like a certain population of Aloha users manages to generate 70 requests per second. If the time is slotted in unit of 50 millisecond, then the channel load would be 3.5. So here basically number of requests, that will be 17 requests per second, and time slot unit will be 50 m-second. Now number of time slot in 1 second will be 1000 divided by 50, right? So this way you will get 20 channel load, and that will be equals to number of sequence in 1 second per number of slot, that is in 1 second. So in that way you will get 70 divided by 20, which will be 3.5. So option B will be the correct answer. Now 56 is, which statement is false? So here you have to find the false one. Just read all of the above, you will find the answer as C, that is, if ping encounter an error condition, an ICMP message is not written. This is false statement basically, right? Now question number 57 is, a router uses the following routing table, right? This is the routing table. A packet bearing a estimation address, these arrives at the router, on which interface will it be forwarded? So for 57, if you look into these options, you will get the answer as ETS2. So a packet bearing a estimation address, this arrives at the router, on which interface will it be forwarded? So that will be on ETS2. Now question number 58 is, which layer of the OSI reference model are host to host layer? right? It is asking about host to host layer. So for this our answer is very first, that is transport, session, presentation and application. So these four layer are known as host to host layer. So again, which layer of the OSI reference model are host to host layer? That is transport, session, presentation, application. Basically in OSI model, physical data link and network layer are hope to hope layers, whereas transport, session, presentation and application layer are end to end or host to host layer, right? So option A will be our correct answer. Now question number 59 is alpha and beta testing are forms of what? So this question is again asked as many times. So basically alpha and beta testing are as the part of acceptance testing, right? So A will be the answer. Now question number 64 is, if in a software project the number of super input, user output, inquiries, files and external interfaces are these respectively with complexity, average, weighting factor, the productivity if effort is 70% per month is what? So if you solve this particular question, you will get the answer as 408.74, right? So for option B will be your correct answer. So question number 61 is the contents of the flag register after execution of the following program by 885 microprocessor will be what? So this is the program that we have given, and again if you solve this question you will get the answer as A, that is 54H, right? So the contents of the flag register after execution of the following program by 885 microprocessor will be 54H. So A will be your answer. Now question number 62 is the minimum time delay between the initial of two independent memory operation is called what? Again it is asking about the minimum time delay between two initiation of two independent memory operation is called as a cycle time, right? Hope you remember this. The minimum time delay between two initial of two independent memory operation is called cycle time. So option B will be our correct answer. Now question number 63 is, which of the following compression algorithm is used to generate a PNG file? So for 63 it is asking about which of the following is used to generate a PNG file. So the answer is deflate, right? So deflate compression algorithm is used to generate a PNG file. Hope you remember this. The deflate file is used to generate a PNG file. Basically this is a compression algorithm. Now question number 64 is dirty bit for a page in a page table is what? So basically dirty bit for a page in a page table is page table helps avoid unnecessary write on a paging device, right? So dirty bit for a page in a page table helps avoid unnecessary writes on a paging device. So basically dirty bit is used to keep the track whether a page in cache memory is modified or not, and dirty bit is set when the page is modified and needs to be copied back to main memory. So it is used to avoid unnecessary write on a paging device. Now next question is, which of the following is not an image type used by MPEG? So here we have to tell that basically the A-frame is the answer, that is option A. A-frame is not an image type used in MPEG. Again, A-frame is not an image type used in MPEG. Now question number 66 is, consider an uncompressed stereo audio signal of CD quality which is sampled at 44.1 kilohertz and quantized using 16-bit. What is required storage space if a compression ratio of 0.5 is achieved for 10 seconds of this audio? So for 66 our answer will be C, that is 860 KB, right? So C will be our answer. Now question number 67 is, what is the compression ratio in typical MP3 audio file? So it is asking about the compression ratio. So in typical MP3 audio file the compression ratio is 8:1. Okay, remember that the compression ratio in typical MP3 audio file is basically 8:1. So for this the answer is Now 67 is asking that what is the compression ratio in typical MP3 audio file. So basically the compression ratio in typical MP3 file is 10:1. So always remember that the 10:1 is the typical MP3 audio file ratio, right? Or we can say the compression ratio in typical MP3 audio file is 10:1. Now question number 68 is consider the following program fragment. Okay, this is the program that we have, and S2 will be executed if what? So here you can see this is the F2, and it is asking F2 will be executed if for this the answer will be D, if A is greater than B, because here if A is greater than B then only it will come inside this if condition, and here if B is less than C, right, then only it will fall into else condition. So option D will be the answer. S2 will be executed when if A is greater than B and B is less than equals to C. Now question number 69 is if n has the value 3, then the statement a plus plus n equals to n plus plus is what? So for 69 our answer will be D, that is what is assigned is compiler dependent, right? So if n has the value 3, then the statement this equals to this is what? So what is the assigned is compiler dependent. So this expression obviously depends on compiler to compiler. Now 70 is the following program that has been given, and here we have printf statement. Now what it prints? So basically if you solve this particular question, it will print 1 2 3. Option B will be your answer, because since the value of x is not declared, right, you can see that static int x, and now it is telling plus plus x, right? So it would automatically get 0 as initial value, right? So first time when this ink is called inside the main, the value of x will be incremented, right? So here it will print x and then increment the value of x. So the value of x will be incremented by 1, and static variable preserve their previous value in their previous scope and are not initialized again in the new scope here. So when inc is called second and third time, the value of x is simply incremented by 1. So that is why the correct answer will be 1 2 3. So in this way, first this will increment, then print, because this is pre-increment. 1 2 3 will be printed because there are 3 function call. Now question number 71 is consider the following program, right, while the condition on termination j will have the value what? So it is asking the termination j will have value of what? So I equals to this, j equals to this, while I mod j equals to 0, it will come inside the loop. So if you solve this particular expression and play with the program, you will get the answer as 9. Now question number 72 is consider the following declaration, right? So this is a pointer and double pointer. The following program fragment a equals to 4 is what? So if you see the complete program, right, it is asking a equals to 4 and double pointer c equals to 5. So for 72 it will assign 5 to a, because you can frame this syntax as well, right? Because pointer b is having address of a and double pointer c is having address of b, that is pointing to a, right? So if you assigned double asterisk c equals to 5, so that will directly update the value of a, that will become 5 this time. Now question number 73 is the output of the following program is what? So again we have given this program array, then int, and there is up to for loop. If you run this for loop, you will get the answer as a, that is 1 2 3 3 5 5 7 8. Next question is question number 74. Which of the following has the condition compilation error in C? So here you have to find the compilation error, right? Int n equals to 17, character c equals to 99. So hash include stdio.h. So friends, if you read one by one all option, a is int n equals to 17, which is correct, right? If you write it anywhere, you will not get any error. Character C equals to 99. This is also correct because here that means whatever value of the ASCII value 99, that character will be assigned to C. Float F equals to float 99.32. Again, this is also true because float also provide typecasting, right? So here we can do that. But here hash include stdio.h, right? Hope you remember that this is compiler specific. Like we used to include such thing in turbo C++, but in case you have removed the turbo compiler file, right, so you will get this error. Like name is not defined or could not found any reference. So in this 74, D will be your answer. 75 is the for loop. This one prints what? So you can see that the for loop will run 10 times and it is asking I and 1. So basically here the AND operator is used in C to perform bitwise AND operations, right? So whenever the I and 1, like there is 1 and 1, then it will print 1, else it will print 0, right? So let's start. Let's say when I equals to 0, right? So here we will have 0 0 0 and 0 0 0 1, or we can say right, you have to get the bit of I. So I bit is 4 times 0, then 1 for 3 times 0 and 1. So this is basically false. So this will print 0, right? Next time I is 2, right? So then you next time I is 1, then you will get the value of I and then value of 1, then that will print 1 because 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 is always 1. So basically this will give you AND operation. So whenever all the bits are satisfied, this is will be 1, else 0. So 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1, or you can say odd even odd even odd even odd even. So A will be your answer. Question number 76 is consider the following statement, right? Has defined hypotenuse AB SQRT A into B plus AB into B. The micro call hypotenuse A plus B and B plus 3 equals to what? So for 76 our answer will be D, that is find the square root of 3 into 2 plus 4 into B plus 5, right? So this will be the answer. Now next question, that is 77. In X equals to M plus N into O divided by P into Q, how many one address instructions are required to evaluate it? So for 77 it is asking about one address instruction that are required to evaluate it. Here we need 8 number of one address instructions that are required to evaluate it, because one address instruction and accumulator register is required to perform all the instructions. Load and store operations are performed to fetch the values of operands from register or memory to accumulator and to store the value of accumulator to a memory location. So total instructions will be required 8, right? So C will be the answer here. Next question is a decimal number has 64 digits. The number of bits needed for its equivalent represent is what? So if you have 64 digit in decimal, so number of required in equivalent binary, so the answer will be 213. That is 213, option number B, because maximum 64 digit decimal number is 10 to the power 64 minus 1 maximum x bit binary number. So let's say you have 2 to the power x minus 1 into 10 to the power 64 minus 1. So you will have. Now question number 79, consider the following C declaration. Struct short S5 union float U long Z right UT. Assume that object of type short, float and long occupy 2 bytes, 4 byte and 8 byte respectively. The memory required for variable T ignoring element consideration is what? So memory requirement variable T will have 18 byte, right? So answer will be B, that is 18 byte. Here the answer is 18 because you can see short is taking 2 bytes, so the total are 5, so 2 into 5 is 10. Now here float is taking 4 and long is taking 8, but hope you remember the property of union that it will take the highest of all its variable, right? So it will take highest of long, that is 8, so total will be 10 plus 8 will be 18. Now the last question is, consider the following code segment, right? This is the code segment, okay, and main function. What is the final value of x in both call by value and call by reference respectively? So inside main, you are calling x 5.5 foo xx, so this is basically call by value, right? For this the answer will be C, basically, that is 5 and 20. You can quickly run this program for yourself, and hope you already done that. You will get the same answer, right? So yeah friend, this was all about this paper. I'll come up with more paper, right? And if you find anything wrong or right, just please do comment below. Let us know if you are liking the series, and so that that will motivate us to come up with lots of other videos, right, which will help you in your upcoming examination or your quick revision. So yeah, thanks for being with us.